You're in the kitchen.
Welcome to another edition of Kitchen Conversation. Jason Aspis, Jared Paul. Today we have the reigning PPA singles champion. That sounds good. Gabriel Joseph. Gabriel, welcome to a Kitchen Conversation. How are you doing?
Good, boys. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Bummer. I don't think I saw you guys there at the tournament, right?
We were not out there.
We needed a week off.
We were with you in spirit.
I love that. Where are you guys posted up?
I'm in Atlanta. Jared's in Austin, Texas.
Got it.
Congratulations. I mean, what an epic run. Before we get into the details, I want to first give a shout out to our friends over at Fat Tire. They make this
new
possible.
Formula. It's delicious.
And they make great beer.
It's delicious. Check it out. I would have mine, but I already had 3 of them, and I need to be composed.
I feel like my dad Fat Tires. I don't think I've had a Fat Tire.
You got to try it. And if you like it, they'll send you a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna be super. I'm not even trying to cut off any sponsors. I'm honestly, in general, not the biggest beer guy.
That's
not
fair.
gonna lie.
That's fair. I'm drinking an Olipop, not our
figure.
sponsor, but hopefully one day.
There you go.
Love.
Gabe, let's talk about this magical run that you had. Everything. It felt like all the cards just aligned perfectly for you.
He beat like some of the best players in the game.
He absolutely had
it's not like
it
was a weak draw. I mean, come on.
No, but Ben gets knocked out by Yates.
That's not
and
that
that
good.
opens up. But no, I mean, honestly, it felt like this was your day. It felt like everything just worked out perfectly, and it wasn't like you had easy run. There were 90-something players in this draw, the biggest draw ever at a PPA event. So you earned this. There's no doubt about it. But let's talk about, just take us through that day. You didn't play the qualifier. You were in, right? You're the 24th seed.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I mean, from what I understand, isn't it like the way PPA does it is like 1 through 6 is like standard seeding, and then like the rest is randomized?
I don't know if they know, to be perfectly honest. I hear all sorts of things, and there's weird seedings all the time. I don't know what
they're
the
making
logic is.
matchup. They're trying to stack some stuff for some drama, as they should. Quite honestly,
here's the thing. I mean, I'm going to answer you guys' question, but like to backtrack a little bit, because if you just saw 2 weeks ago now, I was in Seattle and I got to the round of 16, lost to Ben. I was, I think, the 16th seed, and Tardio was the 17th. So there's no way in a week I go from 16 to 24, after only losing to the number 1 guy in the world.
So they definitely shuffle it, right? So it's like you're batched by like whatever it is, like 12 to 24, and then they randomize that group. And so it's something like that, but it doesn't always make sense.
But as you said, they're trying to formulate matchups to happen, and I get that. But the other thing is too, I mean, I don't even know what my actual ranking is, because before they just started displaying just the gold card holders, I believe I was 20th as of I think maybe after San Clemente. I think I was 20 in that spot. But I don't even know what my true ranking or seeding would be, because I don't even really know what my ranking is. But to answer your question, I mean, I try really not to even look at draws or stuff anymore. And to be completely honest with you, I think I was on Instagram and I accidentally had scrolled through, because going to Seattle, I didn't check my draw at all. I was like, about an hour before I played, I was like, okay, I'm playing Tardio because I got the text message, whatever. But I just kind of got to the point where it's like my basketball coach used to tell me, man, he's like, dude, it doesn't matter who's on the other side. Just go out there and play. Doesn't matter, race, height, anything. Just there's another face out there, and you just got to go out there and ball.
So you're not scouting. I mean, you're not game planning. You're just going out there and you're like, I'm going to play my best game.
I mean, I do sometimes, but not all the time. I mean, definitely, playing Fed I did, but I've also played Fed 4 times. Sometimes I will, but also I think right around, Atlanta PPA, I feel like going into the tournaments, I think I was overthinking a little bit too much, and I was scouting and I'm watching film. And then, I think truly too, which could get a little more dissected, in this game, it's all about runs and streaks, but it's also matchups, so for instance, I'm watching Fed play Connor, because I feel like Connor and I play a little similar. So I feel like whatever he's doing against him may be similar to me. But if I watch Fed play Ben, I can't really analyze too much because Ben and I, in my opinion, are such different players. So, the answer is I'll do a little homework here and there, but I try not to overanalyze because then I feel like you're just getting into your head. You start almost putting the tape in your mind, like as I'm hitting a return, like, okay, I've seen him hit this inside out four and he's going to hit that, but, you'll do your due diligence here and there, but I try not to overdo it. I'm not going to sit there with a whiteboard and do P's and Q's. You know what I mean? Like, that's not happening.
So you kind of answered his question, but you didn't answer my question, which was take me through the day. I want to hear it. So you started out with somebody, and then you got second round was Pablo.
No, first round was Pablo.
First round was Pablo.
Yeah.
Tough
so
first round matchup.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one as is. I mean, I played Pablo twice. I mean, actually, I played him for bronze. I'm sorry, not for bronze. The one before bronze at Rockwall PPA 2022. And it was actually my first tournament with Ace. But, obviously, dude, solid opponent. Guy's had a hell of a year. I mean, he just made finals of that Red Rock tournament this year against Tyson. So it's not like I'm playing a scrub first round. I mean, it's pretty.
He's a number 9 seed also, right? So you're playing a top 10 seed.
Brutal battle. And then also, I mean, I looked at a mock draft, I think from like Picklytics or whatever the Instagram page is, and they didn't even have me coming out of the first round. Funny enough. But to answer,
it's Pablo's good. Like, I think, like that's
dude,
not crazy. Yeah, that's not crazy. I mean, I would pick you, but
Yeah, but if I also lost, it'd been like, okay, like I could see that.
Well, what was your record against Pablo previously?
2-0.
Okay. Well, then that was done by Picklytics or whoever they are.
Yeah. So, anyways, to take you through the day. Shout out Sam Query. We practiced the day before Wednesday. I started work at 8 a.m. I'm like, bro, let's get in a quick sesh. So we started at 7. Then next day, I'm like, bro, you got someone to warm up with? He's like, no. I'm like, let's warm up. So we got there like 8:30. Him and I hit for a little bit. Feeling
crediting
good.
Sam
Query finally did something in pickleball.
Sam's my boy. I love Sam
too.
We love Sam also.
He finally did something in pickleball. That's so cool.
Yeah, so we get out there. I know I'm playing Pablo, and then just got out there center court, and then I swear to God, bro, on the way there was me, my dad, and Amit in a weird superstitious way, because we're all talking on the way. We're like, dude, how do I get 24th seed? And we're going back and forth talking about how it's like matchups and blah blah blah. And I was like, bro, you know what? I'm like, dude, fuck it. You know what it's for? I'm like 24 for Kobe, bro. That's what it's for. So I'm superstitious a little bit with numbers and stuff. So I'm like, that's what it is, and that's
you're a big Kobe guy. Obviously.
I'm a guy. I mean, he's one of my favorite players. I'm actually, my client Mark gave me the 24 with the GOAT Kobe shirt. He made it for me for Championship Sunday.
Are you from LA? Are you from SoCal?
Yeah, I was born and raised in West Hills, California. So LA guy. It's a funny story. I don't want to get off too much of a tangent, but obviously I'm a Laker guy growing up. Lakers all the way. But my uncle Dave was like the longest Clippers season ticket holder for years, from like the 90s till like right before like Blake Griffin, Chris Paul came, till they basically got good. And then all those years when they sucked, we used to just go to the games. I'd meet the players. So I was always kind of that guy who liked both just cause. But I'm always going to be a Laker guy. So, but yeah, man, I mean, played Pablo first round. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you saw the match, but I did not get off to a good start whatsoever. I mean, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was 1-9. Yeah, no, I turned it on. It was 1-9 when I turned it on.
Oh, I think memes did a thing where it was like 10-2, and then it was 12-10.
Yeah, quickly. I mean, it's a game of runs, but I mean, honestly, bro, probably like you guys, I thought it was over after game 1. Just game 1's done. I'm like, all right, let's just scrap away a few points, try to get some momentum going into game 2. Caught a little bit of heat, and then I got a few kind of routine errors, and then I was like, okay, shit, like I'm in this game now, it's in reach. And then literally played out point by point, scrapped that one, and then going into game 2, I was feeling a little better. And then after I got through that one, I had Garnett next, and he's no slouch whatsoever.
Yeah,
and
he might be playing the best. He might be playing the best singles out there. I mean,
I think he's the most trending upwards player in pickleball. Well, was.
Yeah, I mean, his stock is definitely super high. I mean, if you'd bet on him from the beginning of the year till now, I mean, you would have that was like when AMC jumped from whatever, $12 to $36. That was Garnett basically. But it's kind of tough too because we practice and train, when we can. He lives closer to like out that way towards like OC, and I'm more in the valley towards like Calabasas, so it's about like an hour and 10. But usually like we'll get together on a Sunday and do like a 3-4 hour sesh, do like 2 hours, get lunch, come back and play.
Let me ask you a question about that. Sorry, do you practice doubles as well or mainly singles?
I used to, like, kind of when we all were coming up, like, Scott Crandall, Jesse, me, we used to all play a lot of doubles. I also had a lot more free time because I was like in school. Not lately. I don't really practice much dubs, all single. So luckily, like, Roscoe Bellamy lives pretty much like 10 minutes from me. So we'll get out there and grind some. But no, to answer your question, it's pretty much all.
Jared's a big Roscoe guy.
He's my guy. I was just talking to him right before this this podcast. What's his ceiling?
I think Roscoe can be really good. I mean, he's got great size. I think he's just a really, really good tennis player, and I think he needs to just transition and find those little nuances, which I think he will. When we play, I'll give him a little, like, not tips, but I'll be like, bro, I think you should do this and that, because I'll tell him what makes me uncomfortable when we play. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see him shine too, so it's not like I'm gonna hide any gems from him. But love him, great dude, got a great family. His older brother Lucas, like we played a little bit of tennis in high school and stuff. Pally was always really good.
Jason's gonna kill me because I keep asking questions and I'm derailing you from telling us about your day. So I'm very ADD, so I apologize.
That's the way, dude. I'm an open book. I love it.
Are you asking a question, or were you just?
I was interrupting I was interrupting myself, interrupting Gabe, interrupting you. That's
very good. It's very good. No, I was going to ask about. Have you ever heard about Jared? Have you ever heard about his paddle toss at Melba Bishop Park?
Gabe's?
He almost killed a skateboarder. You almost killed a skateboarder. Apparently, is that true?
Who said?
You. I heard that you threw a paddle so far it hit the skater in the skate park.
No, it didn't hit the skater.
True or false?
This is true, but the paddle was fine. It threw it into a grass area.
Good.
It was not even like a skater. It was within like 50 yards of someone.
Were you a skater growing up?
Do I look like
a
skater?
The skater vibe. Yeah.
Really? I got skater vibes?
No, come on.
I always get soccer player. No, I never got skater vibe. No, I was never a skater.
Definitely soccer.
I'll tell you. The first time I saw you, I don't remember if it was on TV or something. I was like, this guy's got some swagger. This guy's cool. And then we met. We met in Vegas.
Wait, hold on. Do you remember where we met?
Dude, I'm so good with faces and everything. Give me a hint. I'm gonna get it. I know for sure.
We shot a commercial with you. Do you remember that?
Oh, in Vegas.
Yeah.
But we didn't prior to that.
I think I met you once prior. I don't know where, but I remember seeing you. I'm like, oh, this kid's cool. Like this guy's got like a style to him. And at the time, it was in a sea of players that had no style. Now you got some stylish players, but at the time, there wasn't a whole lot of style. I mean, come on.
I mean, I think even now, I don't think we got
rank
much.
The style, Jared. Rank the style. Who's got the best style? I mean, come on, give me the top 5.
Man, look. When I talk about style, I'm talking about like court swagger. Alshon's definitely got a thing. He's got the tats. He's pretty fiery guy. Gabe for sure. Who else we got? Tyson
DJ?
McGuffin, obviously.
Tyson, DJ.
Yeah, DJ, but I'm talking like we're going like straight singles. I mean, who? Sharebear?
Can I get Jake
Cussmider for sure. Like that guy could be a star. I don't know why he doesn't play more. And then who else? I'm missing someone that's oozing.
Got some
JW. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I just even there, I'm like, I think style is very, very slim, and swag and aura, that kind of court presence, I feel like is pretty slim in this game. If you want me to be 1,000% honest with you, I think probably Tyson probably got the most. I wouldn't even say swagger. I think he's just got the most like persona out there. Like someone said this to me, they were like, he's almost like a WWE character.
Yes. But I would 100%. Still say that you got that I mean, he owns it. He's like, this is my like thing that I created. This is yours is the authentic swagger,
I'll put it this way, I feel like I'm like the Iverson, you know what I mean? A pickle. If I could take
right, practice. We're talking
Tyson's the Rodman.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair.
Sure,
I think that's fair.
That.
But oh, so wait, so that's the first time we met. I mean, I remember that, and that dude, it was so cold that night too. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's
It was.
and I, it's crazy to think about Electrum then. Like they were, I love Electrum. I still love the paddles, but they were stacked, right? They had you, Stratman, Dane Gingrich, Crandall, Colin Johns,
Randall Collin.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story about that. You look so good on camera that we actually shot so many stills of you, we forgot to shoot Dane.
No way.
Swear to God.
Was it kind of like a Freudian
like, at the end of it, it was like, show me the pictures of the Dane. They're like, we don't have any. I was like, what do you mean?
Well, we have.
I was like, no, we were taking pictures of that guy, Gabe. We have like 700 of Gabe. We have none of Dane.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, you guys all took that was dope content, and I remember like all my clients would tell me when they would watch my matches, they're like, dude, I always see you on that commercial, and I'm like, oh yeah, like we filmed.
We were
going to
be a commercial company, and we did one. We've never done another one since. It was sick. Jason slayed it. We gotta do more.
There you go. But now let's talk about this. I mean, we're gonna get back to the tournament run. I promise. Yeah. Jared's gonna when Jared has one more beer and he can't talk anymore. But you are now with Ace.
That's right.
You gave a great shout out to the guys at Ace and Will. Talk a little bit about that. Talk about how you guys met, how this relationship came about, and what it means to you, because it sounded like a very kind of heartfelt, partnership.
Yeah, I mean, dude, literally, and here's the thing, man. I always try to be authentic and my honest self. I'll be straight up with you, dude. As I said in the post-match interview, if it wasn't for Will, I honestly wouldn't be playing. I'll give you the whole story, rundown. It was literally after Beer City. So I played singles on Thursday last year. So whatever the day that was the end of July. I'm usually pretty good with dates and numbers. So it was like, let's just say, I don't remember, it was like July 29th. And then that Monday, it was like August 1st, I believe, I get what I call a Dear John email. And some guy from, my previous company just said, hey, we're like looking at the budget and we're just going to let you go, basically. And to top it all off, which I found hilarious, they're like, hey, but if you want, we'll still give you free equipment. And for like any paddle you sell, we'll give you like, 20%. So I'm not petty. I just never responded. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's all good. I'll just find somebody else. I'd been talking to like 4 companies, and then, they all sent me equipment, tried them out. I was like, all right, cool. Then followed up with all these companies. Nobody really bit, to be honest. Nobody really seemed too interested or was giving me anything even remotely close to what I wanted. And literally, dude, by, the man upstairs, power above, someone was going through my Instagram and liking a bunch of my posts from APP Mesa, which was back in March of last year, and they were commenting, and then
you had a stalker.
Kind of, yeah. Like my girlfriend's giving me a hard time, but I'm like, it's like when a guy like goes through a girl's Instagram and starts liking stuff, or vice versa. A girl starts liking, a guy's stuff, and like old pictures. So, anyways, fast forward. I think Will DM me, or I DM'd him, and I was like, hey, dude, like paddle looks cool.
Wait,
like, do you want to send me one?
Who was the person liking?
It was Will.
Well, it was Ace Pickleball, but I didn't know who was running. Now I know it's pretty sure it's Will, but I was like, I think they DM'd me, and I was like, hey, dude, like cool looking paddle. Like, do you guys want to send me one just to try? He's like, yep, done deal. I'll send it over. And literally, so whatever day he sent that on, like 2-3 days later, we actually ended up having some mutual friends. And Will and I just went back and forth, kind of told him what I was looking for. And kind of just like you guys said, he's like, dude, I really like you. You got some swag, got some personality. I think you can kill it in singles. Like, let's do it. And then, so from Beer City to October, which was the PPA Rockwall, I hadn't played a tournament. So that was my very first tournament back. And it made it that more special because it was with Ace. And at the time, they actually only had the Ace Spade, was the only paddle they had. So it's funny, I played like 4 times, maybe prior to the tournament. And I was kind of nervous because honestly, we had inked the deal before I had even tried the paddle. So I'm like, all right, well, shit, I got to figure out how to like it. But yeah, man, I'm being serious. Like literally after Beer City, I was kind of sitting around after I had no sponsorship. Just being honest, I remember it perfect. I was sitting in the pro office of our club, and I was like scratching my head, and I'm like, all right, I guess just literally West Coast tournaments it is. I'll just be playing, Newport, San Clemente, whatever's close. And on top of it, it'll just be out of my pocket because, I mean, as you guys know, I don't think it gets talked about enough. Not only is this an expensive sport, but I mean, even for amateurs, it's crazy, just registration, your hotel, your flight, if you want to play more than one event, I mean, you do the math. You could easily spend, $750 on registration alone, and then add everything else. You're probably $1,200 in the whole.
Let me ask you a question. How long you been playing pickleball?
Like on tournament wise, or just like
you're kind of like an OG guy a little bit, right?
And I'm glad you pointed that out because honestly, like I feel like I'm not gonna say I don't get enough respect. I feel like I don't get recognized enough as like, yo, like I've been doing this for a minute and like I've been good at it for a minute.
6-7 years.
I started. I mean,
19. 19. You were really playing.
Yeah, my first I guess pro tournament, especially singles, was Bobby Riggs 2019 when I played Roditi, and then we played AP. Or it wasn't APP. It was the LA Open at La Habra, which was I think it was supposed to be an APP. I don't remember if it was. And then after that first tournament, like I guess professionally, was the PPA at Mesa right before COVID.
Now, for some reason, I thought you'd been like playing 5-6 years.
Nah, I'm not like Yates, like Kyle Yates. I'm not that far back.
Was there? I was getting to a question. Was there a thought when you're sitting in your pro shop office where you're like, all right, I guess this is the, you're saying you're only going to play West Coast, but were you thinking like this might be my pickle career?
Kinda in a sense. I mean, not to be cocky, I feel like I'll put it to you like this. Yes and no. I was like, dude, I'm like, someone's got to bite and like give in, And then I was also like, do I just want to sign a shitty deal just to play? And then I'm like, I know myself. I don't want to just be like salty at the tournaments. Like, fuck, I'm not really making much doing it. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be in that mindset where it's like, I don't want just free equipment and then like, hey, we'll just cover entry or something. I'm like, it's like, it's got to be a real deal. Like if I'm going to be a professional, you know what I mean?
It's crazy because I'm looking at the ace paddle behind Jason's head and then I'm looking at you and I feel like it's like a match made in heaven. Seriously. Like if I had to pick a player that represented that paddle,
never fold.
Right? I feel like it's you. And maybe that's because you just won a championship. But I do remember when Jason told me they signed you because Jason knows Will from past life and career. I was like, we were both like, that's a great signing. Like that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you because now I remember like the timeline. And you guys probably noticed this. Like, I'm not one of those guys who likes to jump ship and just be on board with what every other pro is doing. So if you remember back in the day, it's like everyone was drinking. What was that? The pickleball cocktail. What was that thing called? Jigsaw. Right? How many pros were on Jigsaw? So it's like you weren't gonna see me doing that because it makes it no special when 10 people are doing the same thing. So I also told myself, I'm like, I don't want to just be another Selkirk player. I don't want to be just another Yola player. It doesn't you don't stand out. So I remember I was telling myself I want to find someone that's like either up and coming, new company, because I want to be kind of like the face of it. And you can ask Will, the day I signed with him too, I'm like, bro, I know I started with a different company, but like I want to go out like Kobe in the sense of I want to finish with the same franchise. I don't want to, be hopping around. Like I think that's so whack in my opinion. But yeah, that's how.
So let me just, I know you gave a lot of credit to Will and to Ace and potentially maybe not even having the opportunity to be on that stage if it hadn't been for them. I will say that I'm the one who got Will involved in pickleball. So in a way, I feel like I can take credit for this. I'm what I'm wondering, not to make it about me, but I want to know who has more, who has more of a right to this championship? Is it me or Sam Query?
I would probably say you.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted
that
to
will
hear.
That will be the teaser clip for this podcast.
That's
right.
You and no diss to Sam. That's my man.
No, I'll share it with Sam. It's fine. No, so let's go back to the tournament itself, right? So you played Connor, and that obviously, I think you were the underdog in that matchup. I think
had to have been, right? Like
had to be
not like skill wise, but based on what's been going on in his track record recently.
Yeah, I mean, dude, and shout out to him, dude. He's monster dog. I'm always going to give credit where it's deserved. I mean, he's putting in the hard yards. I mean, I believe he's even gone full time pickle. Like I think he even maybe stopped working. he's put in a lot of hard yards, and it kind of sucks because we do train, so it's like it sucks when you play your friend. But yeah, I think I was 1-2 going into the match, and it's funny enough, and I don't want to like put him on the spot, but he actually had 3 match points in that match.
Wow, I didn't know he was that close.
And he's using the Pro XR paddle, so.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really surprised they didn't put that match on center because, dude, not only was it a good match, it was a long match. I mean, we probably played for, I would say, probably close to an hour and a half. I mean, it was close, and it was a grind. But yeah, really happy to come away with that one. And then honestly,
and by the way, I don't know who was on because the match that round was also the same round as Ben losing to Yates, which was also not on center court. So
court 5, I think they were on like whatever it was next to us, maybe 6 or 7, because I know it was like courts and 4s, but he was right next to us. Like their balls were coming on our court.
So were you aware of what was going on over there? Did you know that Ben was in trouble?
No, I wasn't at all because I was just so locked in and just
hold on.
Win.
What was on center court at that time? If you,
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think it was JW and Jame. I think.
Yeah,
because that I played, and I literally went on to play Connor like 4 minutes after I got off the court. Like, not even trying to be TMI. Like, I didn't even have enough time to go pee.
That's what Ryan.
So that Jame JW match was awesome, right? Like Jame lost at the last. He threw his paddle down at the end because he was right there. I mean, it was actually a great match, and Jame like never gives up, and and JW doesn't look like he ever tries, so it's a great match.
How does it feel when you only have 4 minutes? Because Sherry in Seattle, not in California, was saying he beat like Tardio or something.
No, it was Kwang.
Kwang.
Sorry.
Dong. Yeah.
Yes.
Kwang Dong.
I was staying with Sherry, and yeah, he wouldn't like stop complaining, but I understand about how
he stopped complaining to you. He complained to us.
He calls me like, dude, I didn't have any time, and I couldn't even stop my player.
I would called you. I was in the same room. I remember. Yeah. He's like, hey baby, like how the hell you go run a professional tournament, baby, and you give me 4 minutes? You know, like any time. I can't even change my socks, bro. Like
my shirt. It's so sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, so it's funny. Actually, I saw Connor from like, the little pro lounge at Lowe's Cap. And I was like, bro, I literally signaled him because I saw him on the court, like waiting. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I got to use the bathroom. Like, I'm not even trying to like needle you or anything. Like, I just got to go pee. Like, I got to go. And then,
that's fine.
That's such a Rafa move.
Yeah. Low key. Right. But,
Connor's
anyways,
a
and then,
sweet dude, right? Like, he's a good kid.
Yeah. Solid dude. He's good dude. Like, not malicious whatsoever.
Dude. We love Connor.
But yeah, and then honestly, dude, I got off the court and, my boy Amit comes up to me and he's like, dude, Ben lost his quarters match. He's like, this is your tournament, bro. Like, everything's made for you. He's like, you were 24th seed, like this dude lost in the quarters. It's yours for the taking, dude. Everything's going in that direction. Like, the road has been paved. Now you just got to get there.
And then, so who'd you have next? Was it?
I had Yates.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was another.
But Yates was playing out of his mind.
Well,
like,
to come off a 6-6. It was 6-6, right, versus Ben.
Yeah, something like
that. That's pretty decisive victory.
He was firing.
So Yates, what was the score there with you and Yates?
You know what, dude? You have to look it up. It was 3 close ones. I don't remember. I think first one was 12-10, I think. Second was like 11-8. He won, so 8-11. So 12-10, 8-11, and then the third was 11.
Like 9-11.
Wow.
It was 11.
What's your record? What's your track record versus Yates?
I hadn't played him yet. I played his brother Hunter in backdraw at Rockwall this past one, the one in June. PPA Texas Open. But I hadn't played Yates before. So, same thing. And honestly, it's funny you were asking me earlier about like, scouting and everything. It's honestly a little tricky when you've never played someone. I got to be honest. A little, not overwhelming, but it's like very mysterious. And you're just like, shit, I don't know what to expect,
You just pretend like he's Hunter.
No, it's funny. I was joking with him before because he knows Roscoe and stuff, and I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I can't even tell if you are Yates or Hunter. Like, I just know I'm playing a Johnson brother. I don't know.
That's pretty interesting. I wonder, like, if they could just switch.
They look so close enough. I'm sure they could.
One of them's better looking than the other one, and I can't figure out. I think it's
They both claim to be that title.
I think it's Yates.
By the way, were you playing with the spade or the diamond?
That's G14 classified.
Is that right?
I'm kidding. No, it was the diamond.
The diamond. So the diamond hits
what's
the crap
what's
out
the
of the ball,
difference?
right? Like
one thermoform?
One's thermoform. Yeah, the
that
diamond's
one behind
thermoform.
you is that
thinner,
what is that?
Right? Thinner. This is
Why
the
don't
diamond.
why don't
It's
I
thin.
have a diamond?
What is this? It's like 10 millimeters. Is that right?
10 mil. I think the weight on it is.
Will, if you're watching,
7.
send me a diamond. It's like hurtful.
I think the weight on it is 7.4. I mean, here's the thing. I don't really know the specs like as it comes because I weigh and customize the crap out of mine. So
What do you get yours to?
Man, I'm gonna give you the free gems here. Mine weighs about 10.6.
Wow. Whoa! What?
Yeah, I go old
Who,
school.
you Salome Davice? You're half the size. Come on, you can't
Dude,
do that.
I put on a leather grip. I go very tennis
Leather?
old school with it. Leather grip, Turna, and then I throw on a bunch of lead tape.
Wait, you go leather grip over the original grip.
No. So I take off.
You take off the original, then you go leather, then you go Turna.
Yeah, but first then I put the lead tape all over.
Yeah.
And then I throw on the leather. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Then I throw on the fourth edge guard tape. The little
you got lead. You got lead on over the handle or just on the edge guard?
Just the edge guard all the way around.
The way around.
I thought that's edgeless.
Yeah. No,
What?
it's
No,
got an edge. It's thermoform, but it's got
the other
edge.
one is edgeless, right?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know what the fuck
they
you're talking
both
about.
have edge.
It's all good. No, I go over it a couple times with some lead, but yeah. Then I throw on the leather. Then I throw on the Turner grip, and it's game time.
Wow, I'm gonna try. I might try to throw some lead. I don't know if I have
You're
that
too
much
old.
lead. To be perfectly
Your
honest
arms are
with
too
you.
scrawny.
That's a lot of lead.
Don't do it, Jason.
I've spent a lot of money on lead, but you know how many people have like messaged me asking me how I customize my paddle, and it's funny because like I kind of hate telling people, but
let's do some content. Let's get a video.
But I mean, for the kitchen, I had to, so I gave you the free gems. Yeah, one of these days we could definitely do it where I'll share.
Next time I see you, we're gonna shoot a video.
Did the sun set while we were having this call? Your face is darker.
I know. Yeah. I'm gonna turn the light on.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. What other? I had another question for you. Oh, so I don't. Jason might have a game plan, but I do at some point want to throw out an idea that Ryan Sherry had to be about MLP. Jason, I can do it later.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, I have as much time as you want.
We're doing this is going till midnight Pacific, so we got about 5 hours.
No.
All right. Well, my girl might kill me if it's that long, but
no. So look,
hold on. Who'd you play after? Who'd you play after?
So you go Yates,
Tyson.
then Tyson. Yeah.
And you were down, right, versus Tyson.
Yeah.
He spanked me the first game 2-11. And then second game was a grind. I think we literally went back and forth like 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4. Then I think at like 5-4, I creeped away a few points, and then that's where I got hot. I think it was right around like 5-4, like 5-5.
I watched the handshake at the end, or the paddle tap, and I remember thinking, I was like, I don't think Tyson's mad that he lost to this guy. Like, I think if I lost to you in a tournament, I'd be like, this guy's cool, like it's fine. But if I lost to like other players, I won't name them. It'd be
he lost to Christian, or he beat Christian right before then.
Fought.
They had a little, they had some words.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest with you, and yeah, I hate to like bring it up, but like I remember it was 2020 when I did play Tyson at Newport, the PPA final that I ended up making. We had a little bit, I wouldn't say a riff, but like we had some close calls, and I thought they were in. He called out.
When was that? I think that's the first. When was that?
That's where I made the finals against Ben. That was the first tournament back from COVID.
Okay, so that's where I first saw you.
Okay, so yeah, we had played. It was the winners bracket semi, and whatever. It was a couple questionable calls, and then I'm not gonna lie. I think I tried to hit Tyson with the ball like at 2-6 down in the second, down the middle. Anyways, whatever. Like it was a little bit frosty. You could feel a little bit of tension, and then whatever. Fast forward when he was out here for remember the thing they did last year? Was it like LA? That where they came to Braemar and they came to Riviera for whatever the PPA thing they were doing.
The exhibition thing. But you're talking about the showcase. You're talking about the showcase.
The showcase was in LA. That was a Selker.
No, but he's talking about back in 2020 was the showcase.
Correct. I'm talking about the showcases where we had a little riff, and then
Yeah.
when he came out here, fast forward last year to that EXO things they were doing at Riviera and Braemar, he had DM'd me and was like, "Hey, bro, I'm in LA for a couple weeks. Like, let's get out there and train." So by the graciousness of my client Daryl, he said, "Yeah, bro, like." He's very nice. I mean, I got to shout out to Daryl. He always lets me. He has a court in his backyard up in the Oaks, and he's like, "Dude, my court's your court. Anytime you want to use it." So I hit him up and I said, "Yo, Daryl, I got Tyson coming. Like, do you mind if we use the court?" It was like a Monday morning at 8, and so me and Tyson practiced.
No one's saying no to that, by the way. I mean, love Daryl. I'm sure he's a great guy, but no one's gonna be like, "Yeah, no, you and Tyson, you can't play there."
Of course, but got to be courteous. I mean,
of course.
Hey, can't disturb wifey, you know what I mean? So, of course, he graciously said yes, of course. And it's funny, he's a big time pickle junkie, and he was like, he brought like 6 guys to come watch us practice.
As you do at 8 in the morning, they're cracking fat tires, and they're like, hey, look at this. Doesn't get any better than that.
So, anyways, him and I practiced for a couple hours, and then obviously, we're in the same vicinity. It's just him and I, so we chopped it up, and we were super cool. And dude, honestly, at the end of the day, I got nothing but love and respect for him. Seems like a great dude, great father, great husband. He's a baller, bro. I mean, honestly, I wish I could really sit here and shit talk, but I really can't.
It's pretty crazy how he just keeps being relevant, and he's old man. He's kind of old man River at this point. How old is he?
33. He's not that old.
If he's old man River, I'm like almost croaking.
Yeah, you could be his father. So here's a question for you, Gabe. I mean, you're now with this PPA title, you're in pretty elite company, right? Do you know how many people have won singles titles at the PPA in
this
men's?
year?
In men's, no, since its inception in 2020.
Do you know the names? Because I want to try naming them.
I can tell you all the names.
I'm gonna say obviously. So you have Ben, Tyson, Fed. I feel like Jay had to win one.
Jay has not won one.
Okay, shit. God damn. Yeah, I mean, Ben, Tyson, Fed. Is there another one in there that I'm missing?
Pick that.
Oh, Sherry B. Julian.
Sherry B. Julian. J-Dub has won 5.
Oh, J-Dub. Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking out.
That's okay. And then you have someone in 2021 won a couple. Back in the spin serve days.
Oh, Zane.
And then you had 2 this year, you being one of them, and James.
Okay.
8.
Oh, wait, Minnesota. That's right.
So 8 in total. In 47 events, 8 people have won. Ben has won 29 of them.
Yeah. I remember, you want to hear
a
crazier stat? I remember, Frank Anthony Davis, Fad, told me, because, we're pretty good homies. I think it was the year of 2021, and you could probably fact check this. It was me and him, and I think Jay were the only ones to medal, I believe, besides like Ben and Tyson that year, and Zane, I believe. Like, we scrapped away a few, and no one else had won anything.
What did Fad get? A silver?
Back in
actually.
In 21, yeah, I don't remember. He had to. It's probably like an APP or something at that
APP,
time. I don't remember.
We're only talking PPA here.
And then PPA, it's probably a PPA at some point that year. But I remember because
Deckel was running things back then.
Deckel was a nightmare to play. I honestly, I fucking yes, I.
When his career ended when Lee Whitwell smoked him at MLP.
Yeah, but I'm honestly, he's such a. I just feel like it worked. It kind of like Sam. He's just so big and almost like clunky, not in a mean way. It's just
very big too.
His serve was massive. I mean, and he's one of the few players that's equally dominant on both sides. Forehand and backhand is not really a weakness.
Have you played Stefan Auvergne?
In doubles, actually, I played him with Will.
I just played him the other day out in Austin just saw him and we played. His serve's big. He hits the crap out of the ball.
Yeah. Deckel was a nightmare. I have PTSD. I remember it was a bronze medal match 2021 Newport, and I was up 10-6, had match point. This was back when it was still on Facebook days, and I lost that match third set. That literally, I wanted to cry.
I wanted to cry when Deckel body bagged me because Jason bagged him, and then he bagged me instead.
You got body bagged
I
like
still have a
8
bruise
times
from it.
That's too funny. But I forgot we were alluding with this. Oh yeah, so you're saying the PPA about how many people have won. So yeah, I guess I'm in good company. I'll take it.
Yeah, eight guys. I mean, that's pretty impressive. What does it mean to you to have this win? I mean, what does it do for you? Does it change anything? Like in real big picture kind of stuff. Like does it change the way you think about this?
In a couple of ways. I mean, obviously I hope, I mean, I've had a couple people reach out. I'm actually trying to work with I pretty much hired an agent who's also like a client / mutual friend who more deals with actors and models and stuff. But he plays a little senior pro, and he's gonna try to dip his feet and kind of help me out with certain logistics. And he thinks should be getting a little more and stuff of what I'm not getting, basically. So in that aspect, just trying to. I'll put it to you this way. I mean, I still work full time because I need to find a couple more sponsors.
What do you do?
That's gonna
What do you do
replenish.
full time?
So I teach pickle and tennis at a country club out here full time. And, bro, it's crazy. I mean, I literally, when I say I grind, I mean, I work like 45 to 50 hours a week. So even after this title on Sunday, I was back to the grind 7:30 to 5. Wow. And then I did a adult clinic 6:30 to 8.
Hold on. 7:30 in the morning, the next morning after winning a title. Who was your client? Was it a female, male, old person,
just
young person?
This couple, two pickleball clients.
Did they know that you had just come off winning a title?
Yeah, they all saw it, and they were trolling me after. I mean, my phone had like 300 messages after I got the court, but they're like, "Hey, bro, I'll see you at 7:30 in the morning. Congrats on the win." I mean, they were just fucking with me, giving me a hard time. But I was like, "Yeah, I'll see you then." But in a weird way, and this is why I kind of still like that I do work full time. It honestly keeps me still humble and like just kind of gives me some humility to a sense. Like, it's like it's real life, bro. Like, yes, I play pickle and I may have whatever accolades or ranking, but like, I kind of joke with everybody. It's like I can't go to like, Club Live and be like, yo, like, do you know who I am? Like, give me a bottle for free. Like, it don't work like that. You know what I mean? So, but to answer your question, like, hopefully what it does is it opens the door for some sponsorships, and, obviously I know I can compete with the best. That was never a question. I feel like in a weird way, I had, I guess, a little bit of a breakthrough, but to the same token, it's like you said, I'm an OG to this. So it's not like it's really new either.
I actually hope for your sake, because I watch a lot of you, right? Like I talk to Will all the time and we watch you quite a bit. I hope that this gives you whatever that confidence that you needed to not get frustrated out there, because I feel like I've seen you just be like, screw it, and to stick with that and know that, like, hey, that 9-1 game, like, don't get frustrated, like, keep fighting, it's not over. Like, I feel like if you can, that was the first round and you were down 9-1, you could have thrown it in and no one would have batted an eyelid. Like, it would have been totally normal. It was Pablo, no big deal.
Could have folded like a 10 easily.
That's right.
But I mean, also, you know what it is too, man? That's probably one of the things that hurt me the most playing tennis as a kid, because I was pretty always athletic and gifted. It was just I happened to be better at tennis, but that's at 1,000% the reason I could never succeed or reach my potential was because I was just, as you said, or just a mental midget. I never ever let the opponent ever beat me straight up. It was just I checked out. I didn't care. I lost interest. I just beat myself and, it was over. It's not like I ever really got blown off the court. I mean, obviously there's times where I probably did, but I'm saying like mano-a-mano straight up. It's like I feel like I could hang with anybody. It's just how much does Gabe want it?
So I have a question. Ryan Sherry had the idea for MLP that every team should draft they get one more person, and it could be a single specialist or a double specialist. Obviously this works in his favor, but I also think it would work in your favor. And I think it's a brilliant idea. Instead of trotting out someone who doesn't know how to play singles, you have these like singles badasses on the bench. They can also come in at any time. They also there for injury. What do you think of that?
So a singles designated hitter. I said this back on my podcast on Safety Third months ago. I said, dude, I don't get why we can't have a single spot. And here's the thing, bro. Whether or not I play doubles, like, yes, I can play doubles. I'm always going to use this analogy, even in tennis. Every singles guy can play doubles, but not every doubles guy can play singles. No disrespect. I'm just going to use them as an example. Like maybe like Matt Wright or Steve Deacon. Not saying they're not bad players, but if you put me and him on the same court in singles,
you're just saying they're old.
I mean, it's not even that they're old.
Not every singles guy can play doubles.
I think they can. I'm saying this, right? Me, Cher Bear, Frank, whoever. I'm not saying we're going to like be a complete strength, but we're not going to be a weakness either. I think we can hold our own. I think we could dink and get in some speed ups and be fairly okay. You know what I mean? But I just don't get why to answer your question, yes, I think we should just have a singles designated hitter spot. I don't get why that's not available.
I'll buy it. I'm in. I'm down with
I think it's great. I think it'd be so fun. And then you get more personalities. You get Cher Bear, you get Fad. You pay homage to the singles greats. I like it.
Yeah, and bro, like, look at as much of a great like whatever personality I am by myself. Can you imagine me on a team atmosphere, bro? Like it would be lit.
I like it. All right, so this is the part of the kitchen conversation where you ask us any questions. Do you have any questions for us?
Oh, that's a good one. All right. Your guys' favorite male pro?
Man, that's a tough one to answer.
You're making us pick. That's a tough one. Favorite being what? Now, favorite personally, favorite to watch, favorite most exciting, favorite like I think they're going to be the best.
No, just favorite pro, right? Like if you ask me,
I will say. I mean, this is tough because I've got some friends here in Austin who are pros, but I would say the guy that I've really come around to really liking is Dylan. He does our podcast, but the pro that I don't know as well that is my favorite pro right now to watch is Connor Garnett. Just love that guy.
Okay, that's fair.
Two-handed backhand, and he's just fast. He's all over. He's great.
Okay, Jason.
I mean, so many different ways to chop that up.
Don't be PC.
5, 4, 3,
come on,
2.
So all the names that pop into my head, I'm gonna just rattle them off. Like honestly, I really love watching Christian play. Now, there's a lot that I don't like about Christian, but there's a lot that I do. I think from an upside standpoint, that dude's so much fun. He's so talented.
I'm taking
right?
Gabe over
you don't
Christian.
know what he's gonna do.
Gabe in a battle.
I'll take Gabe.
Yeah,
Gabe. Well, that's what. Like, actually, it's funny because I talked to Will before when Tyson and Christian were playing, and Gabe was like, I hope Christian wins." And
did I say that?
No, that was Will said that.
Oh, Will said that. Okay, yeah. I've never played Christian, so like.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a great match. He's a beast. I mean, he's a really talented kid.
He is. Yeah.
So yeah, he's personality wise. But personality wise, I mean, whatever. I also. J-Dub. I love watching J-Dub play.
Personality-wise, who's your favorite player?
Oh, personality-wise?
No.
Cher Bear.
Cher Bear, yeah. I mean, Bear is he's my guy. Wes, good friends with Wes. Big fan of Roscoe. Actually, I like the LA crew a good bit. You know.
Jay DeVilliers.
Jay's a good dude.
Okay.
Rafa's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people out there. So yeah.
All right. Let's go with, I don't know, favorite movie.
I mean, mine's kind of in between Rounders, Goodfellas, Boogie Nights, somewhere in that realm.
All right, Jason.
Pretty good. Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Classic.
Reservoir
Love
Dogs.
Pulp Fiction. Good one. Okay. Man, I don't know. I should have prepped for this. I didn't know this part was coming.
About the kitchen too. If you'd like to, have any questions.
All right. What paddle do you guys use?
I play right now with the Scorpius, and I'm loving. I'm playing my best game I've ever played right now. I'm not just saying that. I'm pretty self-deprecating, but I'm playing good ball right now.
Okay.
What are you playing with?
I'm playing with the Perseus 16.
Okay.
I gotta say, I mean, I do switch around a lot, but that's my go-to. I will say, a couple of things. One, obviously, the Ace has been fantastic. The new Hudef, it's the Viva Pro 2 Gen 2. Unbelievable.
Really?
I'm saying it here first. Yeah, really, really good. I played it. Usually, I play a paddle once. I played with it for like 3 days in a row. Usually I'm like any paddle.
There's one other player I'm going to name that I love watching, who and he's one of the few players that I know of that isn't a huge fan of me. Colin Johns. I love watching Colin Johns play doubles pickleball. He's like a backboard like that. If I could model my game after someone, never going to be a great left side player, but Colin, he's my guy.
Okay.
Colin, I hope you hear that. I'm going to send it to you.
All right, and then just a flip side, which I doubt you guys are going to answer. Least favorite pro.
That Jason's right now looking at me saying, "Do not answer it."
I knew.
Man, that's a tough one.
No, it's not. It's not our place to say that. I think we'll keep that to ourselves. How's that?
That's fine.
But I definitely have a few. I mean, there's definitely some people that I don't love, but there's no reason to say it. I think we're trying to raise, we're trying to champion this game. And
no,
everybody has strengths. Everybody has strengths. Everybody has strengths.
Absolutely.
I love it. That's a good one, though. I love that. I thought you guys were going to ask me the quick questions. I'm like, shit.
No, we put it on
least
you.
favorite pro.
No. We're good. We're good. We're going to end it on that. Gabe, dude, first of all, just congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Glad that it finally broke through for you. I hope that you take this momentum and run with it. Sky's the limit. I think that, no one's going to want to face you. No one ever wanted to face you, but I feel like now with that kind of momentum, no one's ever going to want to face you when they see you up on the board.
Win the next one. Like, go out and put another exclamation point, and just keep being the cool cat you are, man. Like, you bring a lot of good personality and vibe to the sport, and we need more of that. So, got to get you on more podiums,
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, listen, man, I feel like, I am Mr. Cool, but in a sense, I really just try to stay in my lane, man. There's no traffic in your lane. So, I feel like maybe amongst the pros that maybe they think I'm like a little standoffish or kind of like, who's this guy think he is? But I really just try to stay cool, calm, collective, and to myself. It's in a weird way, I kind of treat it like a job. I'm obviously still here to be buddy and cool in a sense and always be respectful and give people their props. But I like to just stay in my lane,
Love it.
Well, stay in your lane all the way to the podium.
Thank you, boys.
Gabriel Joseph, thank you so much.